how to do things differently. And we make sure that we carry as many local farmers along as we can. We currently have by the end of this year, we should have 500 in-growers on our farm. And we are literally expanding that rapidly by next year with our Agbewa model town. Now, this is all part of making sure that we have an inclusive ecosystem. And then, next thing you know, we're also trying to do is we're also trying to go into processing. Now, with our processing, we're educating farmers about processing. Because you see, the ratio for cassava processing is 5 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, around those averages. 5 to 1, meaning 5 tons of cassava will give you 1 ton of starch, or 5 tons of cassava will give you 1 ton of cassava flour. So what that means is that if 1 ton of cassava is 100,000 naira, 5 tons is 500,000. And then 1 ton of starch is 1.5 million. So that means I'm spending 500,000 of my cassava and convert it into 1.5 million instantly. We need to explain.
Into starch.
Into starch. And cassava is a very delicate crop. The value is in value addition. The value of cassava is in value addition. So we want to make sure that that value addition is where the value is. And to answer your question, to bring it back to your question, the value addition derivatives is what you sell. The post-harvest, cassava only lasts for 24 hours when it's out of the ground. So you need to know what you're doing with it immediately. If not, you lose it. So what we try and do is we make sure that all these processes that we put in, from the land clearing with the helps of NALDA, the NADF, the different government agencies, the IITA, the NTA, all the different agencies we work with, we make sure that everything is done to make sure that when we tell our story, like I've just done now, to our international partners, so our international off-takers, they're like, these are the kind of right partners that we want to work with. We sell the story of the process. We carry our buyers along with us. So as we go on our journey, now that we finished our cultivation, we're ongoing on our cultivation journey, thank God, fingers crossed. And then we're now moving to our aggregation journey with our outgrower scheme. And then now we're moving to our processing. What we've now done is that we are able to now educate international audiences, like in Angola. We were recently at the CCA Summit. In New York at the UN General Assembly. We talk about our Agbewa story, and we invite more investors to see what is currently happening in Nigeria. Because as my chairman is a US Nigerian, it is important for him to let other people see what is possible when you come and invest in Nigeria and how you can have such fruitful returns. So we promote Nigerian exports by putting our money where our mouth is, essentially.
And then putting your money where your mouth is. On that note, we'll take a break. When we return, I'll now go to the Honorable Minister for more insight into the conversation. Don't go away.
The government of Nigeria warns vandals of